It began with a need, a place for my mom to live. While still some time away, my wife and I knew that one day she would need to move in with our family. So from that need, a thought arose. We would need to add on to our house in order to better care for her in the future. Now, due to some physical limitations, she would have to have a living space on the ground floor, as well as a full bathroom. That thought sparked more thoughts about rooms, space, wants versus needs, affordability, costs, and more. While I have experience in carpentry and construction, I knew that I could not do this project on my own due to my limited knowledge and experience, not to mention not having time to do a big project like this. So after giving it some thought, consideration, and prayer, we decided to take action. It was time to make concrete what began from a need. So we consulted with experts in the field and obtained some quotes and landed on a company and a friend that we trusted and could afford. It wasn't long until the machinery came out to do excavations, which is where I am sitting now. This would be the future basement. And that's at that moment where we're at in this project. Still to come is leveling and pouring of the foundation, laying block, building the frame and the roof, installing doors and windows, siding the exterior of the house, running wiring, running the plumbing, hanging drywall, painting, installing flooring. I didn't even mention the demolition that had to happen where I'm at of the existing deck and fence. All of this work, what has been done and what shall be done by many different people at different times in order to make reality what stemmed from a need and an idea. Much of this work will never be seen or noticed by most people. The demolition, the excavation, the laying, the foundation. But the unseen work by each person is critical in obtaining the goal. And what is that goal? To provide a home for my mom to one day live. Similarly, a goal of every follower of Jesus ought to be to grow closer to Him and to mature in his or her faith. This is a process that starts when we become believers and are born again. We obviously don't become perfect after becoming a believer in Jesus, but our beliefs, our convictions, our attitudes, our thoughts, our priorities, and behaviors should change and should mature over time. Now, time itself doesn't change us. Rather, what happens during that time does. And just like it takes many people over time to build an addition to a house, it takes many people over time to help shape or disciple a person in his or her walk with Jesus. Some people are great with evangelism. Some are great with teaching. Some at listening, some at praying, some at giving, some at encouraging, some at being present in the moment with people, some at planning, some at correcting, some at creating, and the list can go on and on and on. In this fourth week of the Follow series, we are focusing on how we, as disciples of Jesus, can prepare people to follow, be changed by, and love like Jesus. What are you doing to help build the spiritual house of someone else? What can you be doing? What does God want you to do? As we consider these questions, remember that God has left it up to you and to me, the church, to pass on our faith and to continue to introduce people to Jesus and help them grow closer to Him. We do the work, God makes things grow. May the Lord bless us as we continue to bless Him and each other.